Imagine finding someone who loves you for real and sticks around when life gets rough. Sounds like a dream, right? Because let's be real in real life. You're more likely to get left on scene than get a happy ending. But in anime, miracles actually happen. No breakups, no cheating, no tragic deaths, just pure, wholesome love that actually works out. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's get started with our top 10 romance anime with happy endings. Starting off our list at number 10, we've got Love After World Domination. And let's be honest, this is one of those "how did no one think of this sooner" kind of shows. Imagine a Power Rangers setup, right? The hero fights to save the world every week and the villain wants to destroy it, except they're secretly dating. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, and that's exactly what makes it amazing. Desumi, the so-called villainess, isn't evil at all. She's just a total sweetheart who happens to work for the bad guys. Meanwhile, our hero, Fudu, is so earnest and pure, it's almost funny. Watching them sneak around for their forbidden romance, meeting in secret and trying to act normal in battle is hilarious, but also surprisingly heartfelt. What's special is how they balance all the silliness with real emotion. These two genuinely care about each other, and the story never undercuts that for cheap laughs. By the end, you're not just rooting for them to get together, you're rooting for them to win at love in a world that's literally built against them. It's light-hearted, clever, and pure fun from start to finish. At number 9, we've got Recovery of an MMO Junkie, and honestly, this one's a comfort blanket in anime form. It follows Moriko, a 30-year-old woman who quits her job to basically become a full-time gamer. Sounds like the dream, right? But beneath all the memes and energy drinks, she's actually lonely. Then one night, she meets a kind player online, someone who just gets her, and here's the plot twist. That person isn't just an avatar, they actually know each other in real life. What makes MMO Junkie so good isn't flashy drama or crazy love triangles, it's how real it feels. These aren't teenagers chasing some fantasy romance, they're adults, awkwardly figuring themselves out and slowly learning to open up again. The chemistry between Moriko and Sakurai is so genuine that you can't help but root for them, and when that ending rolls around, it's not some fairy tale fireworks moment, it's simple, honest, and earned. It shows that love can find you even when you think your life's hit pause. At number 8, The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. This anime feels like a soft breeze on a stressful day, calm, wholesome, and full of "I wish that was me" moments. It's about Mahiru, the perfect girl next door, and Amani, a regular guy who ends up taking care of her one rainy day. From that small act of kindness, their worlds slowly start to intertwine. What follows is a slow burn romance that's pure comfort food. No crazy love triangles, no drama bombs, just two people slowly learning what love actually means. The quiet moments hit hardest, like cooking together, studying, or just sitting in silence, but feeling at peace. And what's beautiful is how it shows love not as something flashy, but as something gentle. It's that kind of story that doesn't need grand gestures, just small, consistent care. By the end, it doesn't feel like a fantasy, it feels like a warm, everything's gonna be okay. At number 7, we've got Skip and Loafer, and this one's just wholesome perfection. The story follows Mitsumi, a small-town girl who moves to the city with big dreams, and Susuke, a laid-back popular guy who helps her navigate the chaos of high school life. It's one of those shows that reminds you why slice-of-life romance can be so powerful without needing any over-the-top drama. What makes Skip and Loafer shine is how normal it feels, in the best way. The characters are awkward, flawed, and growing. There's no exaggerated anime nonsense. It's just human connection told through soft, genuine moments. The chemistry between Mitsumi and Susuke feels organic. Two people from completely different worlds who somehow fit perfectly. And the ending? It's hopeful, realistic, and leaves you smiling. It's not some overblown confession scene, it's just two people continuing forward together. If you've ever been through that quiet, confusing phase of figuring yourself out while catching feelings, this one's gonna hit home hard. Number 6 goes to Tomo-chan Is a Girl.
I love you, June, okay?
Love you too, my friend. Come on, bump. Bump. Yeah.
The ultimate tomboy love story. Tomo's been best friends with her crush, Jun, since they were kids. There's just one little problem. He doesn't see her as a girl. And no, not in a mean way. He literally just doesn't realize it. Cue chaos. What follows is a mix of comedy, awkwardness, and surprisingly touching moments. Watching Tomo try to balance being herself while also wanting to be seen differently is both hilarious and heartfelt. The supporting cast adds so much charm too, especially Misuzu, who's the definition of emotionally done with everyone. one. But what really works here is how it all comes together in the end. John finally pulls it together, and when that payoff hits, it's genuinely satisfying. It's funny, it's energetic, and it proves that sometimes love isn't about changing who you are. It's about finding someone who finally sees you for real. Halfway up the list, at number 5, is Karakai Juzu no Takagi-san. You know that one person who always teases you but secretly likes you? Yeah, this anime is basically that feeling stretched over years, and somehow it never gets old. Takagi constantly teases Nishikata, her poor, flustered classmate, who spends every episode trying and failing to get revenge. But under all the teasing is something so innocent and genuine that it just melts your heart. The real magic happens as you see their dynamic evolve from playful rivalry into something undeniably romantic. And if you've watched the movie or the final season, you know it pays off beautifully. It's pure slow burn satisfaction, no drama, no heartbreak, just a love story built on laughter, patience, and years of adorable teasing. At number 4, My Love Story, a literal gentle giant romance. Our main guy, Takeo, looks like he could body slam a bear, but he's actually the kindest soul alive. He saves a girl named Rinko one day, and boom, she falls for him immediately. And the twist? He actually believes her. No endless misunderstandings, no will they, won't they nonsense. They just start dating, and that's what makes it special. The story doesn't end with them getting together, it starts there. We actually get to see a healthy, loving relationship full of support and laughter. Takeo's confidence, Rinko's sincerity, and the comedy between them make this one of the most wholesome anime out there. By the end, you're just sitting there thinking, wow, love can actually be this simple. It's funny, sweet, and leaves you grinning from ear to ear. At number 3, Our Haru Ride, a story about first love, second chances, and everything in between. Futaba and Ku were close in middle school, but after years apart, they reunite in high school. Only Ku isn't the same person she remembers. This one hits deep because it's not just about romance, it's about growing up, changing, and learning to accept the past. The chemistry between the two feels messy and real, just like actual teenage love. There's awkwardness, hesitation, and moments that make your heart ache in the best way. And even though it's not the flashiest or funniest anime, it's one of the most emotionally grounded. The ending gives you closure, not perfection, but peace. And that's what makes it so satisfying. Our Haru Ride reminds us that sometimes love isn't about finding the perfect person, it's about growing into the right one. At number 2, we've got ReLIFE. This one's a mix of science fiction and slice of life that hits way harder than you'd expect. It follows Arata, a guy in his late 20s who gets a chance to redo 1 year of high school thanks to a mysterious experiment. Sounds simple, right? But what he doesn't expect is to fall in love along the way. What makes ReLIFE so good is how it balances comedy, romance, and the reality of regret. Watching Arata and Chizuru slowly open up to each other, all while knowing his time in that world is limited, makes every scene hit harder. It's funny, it's emotional, and it makes you think about how different things might have been if you had one more shot. And that ending? Beautifully done. It doesn't go for cheap twists or heartbreak. It closes the story in a way that feels earned, giving you that rare, wow, that was perfect moment. And finally, at number 1, The Dangers in My Heart. At first glance, this looks like a dark comedy about a weird loner with an overactive imagination, but then it flips the script completely. What starts as edgy humor slowly transforms into one of the most genuine, heartwarming romances in recent years. Kyutaro and Yamada's relationship evolves naturally, from awkward schoolmates to close friends to something undeniably real. It's full of those small, human moments, awkward silences, shy smiles, and little acts of kindness that make your chest ache in the best way. The writing nails that teenage awkwardness vibe without making it cringy, and by the time the ending hits, it's just pure emotional satisfaction. No heartbreak, no fake drama, just two people growing together and finding happiness. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you want more wholesome romance, click on this video.